AI image generators like Midjourney are very good at creating an image from scratch, but not so good at tweaking an existing image. Well, that was never going to last. And here we have Instruct Pix2Pix, which at the moment is just a web demo, but I am sure it will be coming to an app near you. I'm going to show you how to use it and how to tweak the outputs in the way that you want, show you what it's capable of, and show you some of the current issues. Showing you how to use it isn't that hard. There's going to be a link in the description, and essentially you drag and drop your image on the left and type in your instructions in the top right. Let me give you an example straight away. This was the first image I tried. Obviously, Sean Connery, James Bond, and I just said, with moustache. Couldn't be simpler. And you'll notice that it did a really good job. I mean, it's a twirly moustache, and I'm sure I could adjust that and ask for a simpler one, but it looks realistic. It's integrated into the image really well. It's kept the original sharpness, but just added a moustache in the color of the hair of Sean Connery. So that works really, really well. And at this point, you're probably getting crazy excited and going, oh my God, let's make him a woman. And I tried that, and this occurred. And you can see that the gun has morphed into hair, and Sean Connery's gone, which is what we wanted, but not sure how realistic this person is. Well, in the instructions below, it does talk about weighting the text and image inputs. And so I tried fiddling around. I tried increasing the image input, the weighting of it, so that it would keep more of Sean Connery. And I tried increasing the text input to see what would happen. Problem is, when you increase the image input, in other words, you're clicking this up to 2 and you're saying keep more of the original image, you can tell that he's been feminized, but he's not a woman. You've got the eyebrows, you've got some mascara, I think. I'm not an expert, but he's feminized, but not a woman. So I increased the image CFG here by clicking up, and I decrease slightly the text CFG. Notice what happens, by the way, if we go the other way. If I increase the text input, so as a woman, it's really listening to that instruction. It really wants a woman, and then reduce the original image input. Basically what happens is you get something hardly reminiscent of the original image at all. So those are the options. It isn't yet miraculous. It can't literally turn someone into a woman realistically at the moment, but you can add a moustache. What else can it do? Well, check this out. You can turn a smile on the left into a frown. I think that did a really good job. He's faintly smiling, Ted Lasso here on the left, and now faintly frowning. All I had to write was frowning. They do give advice about the kind of instructions you can do up here, and I could try different inputs, and you can try this, where you say, make the man frown, maybe change his expression into a frown, and you'll get subtly different outputs. I should have mentioned, by the way, the average queue time for me, at least as of the 23rd of January, was about 3 minutes to get my image output. Clearly though, you can see a downside with this image is that the sharpness of the audience seats is reduced. They're now more of a mush rather than perfect straight lines. So there is a trade-off here. It's more of a arty image, more of a painting rather than a digital photo. I want to give you a few more examples just to show you. Look what happens if we try to add glasses to this image of a child. This is with the default setting of 7.5 for text, 1.5 for image. Kind of scary. He's kind of got fangs now and the eyes look kind of weird. Okay, so what would we do? We would increase the image CFG to keep more of the original image. When that happens, we get this. So more of the original child, but now the glasses are more faint. So I reduced the text CFG to compensate. Now the glasses are more faint. Clearly, you can try your own permutations. Things can go wrong, of course, which is this one. If you increase the text too much, then all we're getting are the glasses and hardly any resemblance to the original image. So you play around with it. It's really fun. One quick further idea from me before you go and play around with it. What I think it's particularly good at is if you generate an image using Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, it can create interesting backgrounds for you if you don't like the existing background. So here we have Batman as a porcelain doll, but the background was grey, bland. So I said, make the background misty mountains with a single dragon in the far distance. Now, it couldn't exactly do that. The dragon's kind of morphed a little bit into Batman's clothing here, but the misty backgrounds are great. As always, this will be refined, simplified, put into an app, but this gives you a preview of what is coming in terms of image adjustment.